Yes, yes. This is Lady from here if you want to get down. That's only the one that stands behind the clock.
Yes, come and sit down.
Going to get a drink.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Sent me up or something, give me a badge that goes on, and I'll go in the other end.
Now say hello to my students, please.
Hello students, this is Jimmy Pitts from the Russian Convoy Club.
We'll keep them and
It's nice to be able to address you.
And do you have to send it? Yeah.
I can remember what I was seeing students when I went over there to visit the schools.
Yes, yes. It was a lovely, lovely
All the best of
meeting.
luck.
Yeah.
I've always
It
said,
was a lovely meeting, and I'm really pleased to see you here. Well, have you got the medal? Yes.
Yes, we've got the Arctic Star.
Good.
Jimmy.
Very good. Sorry.
I've always advocated that we would keep this club going, right? Even if we only come here once a month, as we do for social. That's been my attitude all the way along. But I thought to get this, and all I want to do is to get an assurance of you know what we're getting into. Ready?
Lovely Christina. Beautiful.
Whoa, there's the rules. In the rules, it's there, hard and fast. Provided it's 5 members, we operate always.
Yeah. No, but that ain't the point.
It's in the register.
I argued that with Gordon.
Yeah, you won't have it, but it is in there.
Yes.
Arctic Convoy veterans to be awarded the Medal of Yushkov by the Russian Federation. The medal is named in honour of Admiral Yushkov, who led the Russian Navy against Napoleonic France. The Prime Minister and the President Putin recently presented medals, including the Medal of Yushkov, to them at a ceremony on HMS Belfast. However, I'm sure you'll appreciate this is not possible to extend this to all the remaining Arctic Convoy veterans, 4,300 of whom have applied already. I'm pleased to tell you that your own Arctic Star Medal was dispatched to you from the Ministry of Defence Medal Office on 24th of June. I hope that the medal proves to be a source of pride to you and your family in years to come. Daniel Isherwood, SPACA Secretariat.
word from
In a minute, Chris. Yeah, I'll have a chat in a minute, love.
Russian print.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
And let me tell you that I am delighted to be here, and I was really pleased to learn that you would be in August, because I failed to come in July, as a matter of fact. I had some problems, of mine, but I was really amazed that you would be coming again in August. And I told my colleagues, my students, that I would come and give their best regards and their love to you, because we have been a kind of a family right now, and I feel that it's a kind of a reunion. And my students got really interested in all our meetings in the veterans, and more veterans are coming to Archangel. And let me tell you to begin with that I am nearly completing the book, the new book. But it will be the remembrances and the recollections of all of yours, and I'm going to change many things. Now, to begin with, Stanley, we are very thankful to you for the poem Destroyer, and I asked my students to translate it. So we have selected one of the translations, and I took part in it as well. So this will be very well done. So I will put it there. I will include Jimmy's story. So it's a wonderful story with his beautiful picture of the pilots, the 3 pilots. And that's amazing. So I have changed the whole story of Ernie because he has written to me, well, himself, and I decided to do it in the correct way now.
Thank you.
Yes, and there will be lots of new photographs, lots of pictures.
When we were young boys.
Okay. Yeah, no, not only this, but when you were in Archangel, you see, lots of pictures of our conference, of our meetings. I will change a little bit the story of Ted, and let me tell you that his words will be a kind of an epigraph in my book. I will start my book with his words, with Ted's words. You see? Yeah, no, just kind of, no. When he expressed his impressions of Russia, the way the Russian people greeted them. Howard, I have taken the whole interview of yours. I didn't miss any word from your interview. And I have changed the story a little bit of your father. So, I really enjoy, writing this book because there were lots of convoy members on the cruise. You know that last year I was invited by the Saga company to be on a cruise in the Quest for Adventure, but we went in the Norwegian Sea along the way of the Arctic convoys, and we came to Archangel, to Murmansk. So I got to know many people there, and one of them I remember very well, Jock Dempster. And I should say that he was a very colorful character. You know, he was dancing, and he was singing with me the song, the Russian song, several songs. And I remember how we sang with him. Милая, ты услышь меня, под окном стою, я с гитарою. Well, and you know, just he was an amazing. I managed to interview him about 40 minutes, I think. You know, what else? I met some other people. Austin Byrne, I met them there. Jeffrey Mortimer, Jeffrey Mortimer's son. He came from Australia, and he sent to me lovely pictures of him, and he sent to me all the story of his father. This September, oh yes, to say a few words about the cruise. You know that there were lots of relatives there, because I was supposed to deliver 4 lectures, and the first lecture was on the Arctic celebration in Archangel, on the Dervish celebration. So I showed them my presentation, my film about you. And I told the people, the passengers, there were more than 300 passengers, about you. And I told them about my father, naturally. And when I finished it, there was a line of people waiting for me to say thank you. And some of them were crying. And they came up to me and they would say, "Oh, I am a daughter of the veteran. My name is Sue, and she was from Brighton, and she brought me some extracts from her father's story. She typed them herself. There were lots of other relatives. So, as my friend Christina said, I had a busman's holiday on the just on a ship, you see, because I was interviewing many of them. There was one widow there, Anna Wilson, and she's told me a loving story about her husband, you know, and I decided also to include it because it's kind of a change, you see, so loving, how they fell in love with each other, and a wonderful picture when he was young. So finally, the visit of you in September was really amazing. My students, my 5th-year students, Natasha, Alla, Andrei, Nikolai, so they say that was the best practice because they were allowed to speak to the native speakers, and not only to the native speakers, but to the Arctic Convoy veterans, whom they remember in 2010. And they said, well, we were looking forward to it. I know that they were a little bit shy, sometimes inexperienced, but they did their best, and I tried to help them in a way. So we really enjoyed it. And you know, during your visit, I interviewed Frank Bond, and he gave me an interview for about 37 minutes. Can you imagine it? And I asked my students, I gave them the creative work, and we listened to him and to other interviews, and we put it down into the computer, and then we started translating it. So all the students there, they were involved, and I remember I sent you the impression of my students with their photographs. So do you think it would be right to include their impressions?
Yes.
At the end of it, you see what they think about, because most of them thanked me as a director of the British Centre that they got the chance to meet heroes, the heroes of the Second World War, and they said that they didn't realize how important the Arctic convoys were in Archangel, because it is not included actually in our curriculum. Not many teachers spend their time on it. But now and again they said, we are very proud and we are going to tell our grandchildren about it. So there are lots of warm words there, and I really appreciated that they were involved into it. So when I come back, I will certainly give your love to them, and they would be really pleased to see those pictures and videos.